Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and today we are going to be talking again about Runestones. It's been a while. They've been out for a while. They've been in the game, and they just suck. There's no way around it. They're not fun. They don't make the game better. They don't make the purchasing experience any better. But I want to go into the kind of the truth about all of it from what I've seen, what I've discovered, and how Runestones, for the most part, in this style of economy, just sucks for everybody. Not just the consumer, but also Blizzard themselves, and how this is more of an industry problem than anything, and also just go into all the problems that come with it, and what I hope one day can come to get rid of all this garbage at some point. Before we do go into that though, I want to remind you all, we are on the road to 60,000 subscribers, and if you feel like I've earned your subscription, you enjoy our content, please hit that subscribe button to help unlock the next giveaway we have going on at 59,000 subs. Hit that sub button, make me go broke. So just in case you don't know what Runestones are, they are a premium currency added to Hearthstone. Basically, you buy Runestones for money, you then use the Runestones to buy, let's say, the Inspector Murloc Mercenaries bundle. Don't buy Mercenary stuff. Just don't do it. Resist the temptation, even if he's cute. But still, you use it, right? And it costs the exact same as things used to. You can easily buy exactly 2,500 Runestones. It's an extra step to this whole maddening process. And looking through everything in Hearthstone, everything's the exact same as before. I can buy packs with gold. I can buy the mini sets with gold. I can buy an arena ticket, a heroic duels ticket. Everything is the exact same as before. The only difference, the actual only difference we have seen so far is that you can't buy perks for Battlegrounds with gold. That's it. You have to spend money. The whole pay to win thing we've talked about a bunch, and I've still not bought it. Will not do it until they take this out. Otherwise, it'd be fine to buy it. I like the portraits. This stuff looks cool. But regardless, we're not talking about that today. We're just talking about like all this stuff, everything that changed. Why did it change, right? Like if you think about it, did they really put this whole Runestone system in just to put in a pay-to-win Battleground system? And I really don't think that's the case. They could have at the same time just made it $18.99 Canadian, and that's it. You can't use gold, whatever. We're paywalling it behind money. It would have been the same that way. So the theories have been out there. We've talked about it. Maybe they added this so you have all these excess Runestones all the time. But if you look at the way Runestones have been put into the game, it has been extremely rare when you can't just buy anything, something with the proper amount of Runestones. Like we have the emotes here. They're 500 Runestones. You can buy 500 Runestones. There were portraits that were like 150 that didn't quite line up. There have been some examples, but overall, if you take a look at any other mobile game on the market, it is very apparent that they're trying to make these economies confusing and trying to take your money, have access Runestones, and that just hasn't been a thing, at least from my first impressions. And then the other thing is, Blizzard stated, is the advantage is we could sell you more stuff for cheaper because we don't have all these transaction fees like before. But if you take a look at what I'm looking at, these are the only things you can buy in the shop right now for less than 1,000 Runestones, which would have been the minimum of their purchases before. This led to my tweet where I showed off like all these different bundles they have added. They're the same as before, and you can buy them for cheaper amount of Runestones. It's the same. They're not bundled separately. So that hasn't changed. So I really don't believe their motive behind Runestones was to bundle things cheaper for us. I don't think the real motive was let's paywall the Battleground season pass. Because again, they could have done that without Runestones, just set it at that dollar value, and it certainly hasn't been in there to make things easier. As Meaty tweeted out here, you can't even gift a non-golden mini set. You can't gift Runestones, period. Why design these systems? I cannot give you my money. Blizzard, by installing Runestones, by putting Runestones in the game, have actively cost themselves money. There's no way around it. Runestones have made you had to think twice. Rather than just buying something for money, I have to think, am I gonna go buy some Runestones, then buy the item? And there's plenty of people that just protest it out of spite, out of principle, and they're aware of this. People at Blizzard and the people of the corporate world aren't dumb. At least with this type of stuff, typically, they know that this actually is going to cost them more money. Plus, there is an overhead element to it. There's additional transactions, and there's an additional economy they have to monitor. They have all these foreign exchange things. Hell, these prices don't even make sense, where for a Canadian, it makes sense to buy 1,000 at a time over anything else. So at the end of the day, they're losing money. on putting runestones in the game by making players less likely to purchase. So again, why are runestones in here? Blizzard wanted this economy to be exploitive. Check out this video posted, I think just like today, how mobile games are designed to scam you by Mr. Who's the Boss. He kind of goes through some of the mobile games he's tried out, including a Pokemon one, that look at all these different currencies that all link together and you have to buy all these different things and nothing lines up and it traps you. This is nothing like what Hearthstone does. Watching this video makes me kind of thankful that Hearthstone isn't at this level, but it is this industry thing where they as well have loot boxes, and that's what it comes down to. Loot box and gambling in video games. Runestones are there to skirt gambling laws. I believe the sole purpose of runestones is to get around the crackdown of gambling in video games worldwide. And Blizzard has had this experience with Diablo Immortal being released in countries that ban loot boxes. I believe Denmark and Belgium originally. Even countries like Brazil that would not allow Blizzard to sell bundles. They would have to sell things separately. And as the industry standard is basically, we're gonna make a lot of money off loot boxes. Almost every gaming company does it. We see it with battle passes, loot boxes. That's the industry standard, and it's accepted. It is accepted in North America, and there's so much money to be made that these companies will do everything to protect their interests, and by installing something like runestones, it gets around it. All you have to see is in Brazil, where I mentioned with the implementation of runestones, the fact that you are no longer spending money on this bundle directly, you are buying these $2,500 runestones, they're allowed. And now in the Brazilian market, these bundles are now sellable. This is what I believe to be the truth behind everything with runestones. It is purely to get ahead of the crackdown on anti-gambling laws that is seeing a push worldwide, whether again, it's in Denmark, Belgium, China has been pushing it. We've seen it in Brazil. And I'm wondering if talks will begin to start happening in the US, North America, because this is an industry-wide issue. At the end of the day, these systems, these Chaos Gems in Pokemon or Runestones in Hearthstone are all there to try and get around these gambling laws, to try and take advantage of the system. No matter how much consumers either protest or don't purchase it, there's always going to be people that are purchasing it. The sad truth about all of it is I don't see anything changing until there's like government intervention where outright gambling, loot boxes, all these type of things are outright banned in video games. They're not allowed to be a thing. You can't circumvent it through runestones. You can't circumvent it through these type of shady means that gaming companies, that if you spend money, you need to have a guaranteed result. That's what I think at the end of the day things would have to be, where you'd have to pay a set fee to get a certain amount of cards. It would be great for the consumer, but then again, these gaming companies wouldn't be able to make the absolute exorbitant amount of money they make right now. And as a result, we're going to see more runestones. We're going to see more of this type of stuff because they get away with it. And the only people that can really stop it out, other than I guess the consumer completely boycotting, which just never happens at the government level, there's a huge movement to outright ban these things in like all the major countries in the world. And well, I think we're very, very far away from that. We have seen movements, but even though movements seem to be caved in by just runestones and other means. So I want to hear what you guys think about all of this. Do you think that Blizzard is just doing this to get around these type of gambling laws? Or do you think I'm being naive and runestones are just there to be confusing, to give you excess stuff and to oddly price things? Because my impression just really hasn't been that way. It just really feels like they're trying to pull a fast one on the government, no matter where they are, just so they can keep selling us those precious loot boxes and keep, you know, the gambling going. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.